Well, I see Ricardo as a young man, as a soldier. I see you dressing up with, where it says "Put on the whole armor of God." I
Okay.
see that desire in your life,
Yeah.
and I really see that you're genuine. And I don't know what this is, but he's telling me, and I don't know how tall you are, but I kind of think you're short.
Right.
And he's telling me to tell you that he loves short men too, and short men can do just as much as what a tall man can do.
Mm,
And God is saying to me that you are very tall to him. And I see you starting out on a walk. I see
mm,
you starting out on a walk. You're walking like on a journey. And the more you walk, people begin to join you. They join,
mm.
and you actually remind me of Jesus. You're walking, and the more you walk, the more people join you, and there's a mighty anointing on you.
Okay.
God just gave you, I would say, within the last year, a big revelation about something.
Right.
And God is telling me to tell you that you need to share this, and do not be afraid. Speak it just like God spoke it to you.
Okay.
And there's a mighty, mighty, mighty anointing on you. And
Okay.
he's telling me that dynamite comes in small packages. So you're like a stick of dynamite. And I just I see you actually, and this is going to sound funny, but I see you preaching like in parks, in city squares, in places where other people wouldn't speak.
Wow.
I
Okay.
really see you're gonna go out in the highways and byways and compel them to come in.
Okay.
And God is telling me to tell you this relationship that you're in.
Uh-huh.
There's a relationship that you're in that's kind of fuzzy right now. You're
Okay.
not sure. You're not sure if that's where God truly wants you.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And but he's saying just just do what you're doing right now. God says you have a beautiful smile, and when you look
Okay.
at people, you smile and laugh
Yeah.
like we're talking about today, and you just give what God has given you.
Okay.
you
Okay.
Growing up, did you always want to try to please your father?
Yeah, yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you ever feel like you were failing? Like, come
Yes.
on, Dad. Come on,
All
Dad.
the
What?
time.
Tell me something I do right. Tell me something that I love you, Dad. And
Hmm.
God is telling me to tell you that you're growing up, your childhood, and you're growing up. What you went through, you learned many things.
Mm-hmm.
You were a young man, but God
Yeah.
spoke to you a lot when you was younger. That's
Yeah.
how that's how you got through some of the things that you got through.
Yeah.
And you would have liked to told your dad, Dad, I love you, but I don't want to be just like you. I'm
Right.
talking about your I'm talking about your earthly dad.
Yes. Yes.
And then all of a sudden you really met God. You met Jesus. And he's your Abba Father. He's your daddy. And he's
Mm-hmm.
telling me to tell you, Ricardo, there isn't nothing. He has called you, and he's commissioned you. You're like a soldier. He's given you a commission.
Mm.
And he said, do this. And he is going to make a way. You will be known. Your words are going to be heard around the world. The things that you speak and the things that you share. And he's telling me to tell you, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. You will do it because you're my son. And I have taught you. And he's also telling me to tell you that if you lack knowledge or wisdom, ask him, ask Jesus, ask your daddy, and he'll give it to you freely.
Okay.
I see something about an education. Is there a lot of are you feeling like you need to go to college, or are you in college or something?
No, the thing I think I need is um, well, there's two things going on right now with in terms of the Bible. Like I'm studying little by little, like Bible study. I'm looking for ways to get Bible study, um, and on the other hand, professionally, I'm also learning a lot of different things as well at the same time. So
Well,
um,
you desire to have intimacy with Jesus.
yeah,
You know, a lot of people they want to maybe give words or minister or preach or something, and
yeah,
God is saying, Ricardo, you're my son. You're my son. I'm leaving you a legacy. Walk in the legacy that I am leaving you.
okay,
And that may be, Ricardo, that may be wholly and solely in the creative arts. I know this world really needs Christian film and Christian advertisements and Christian messages, and there's going to be a resurgence as the kingdom rolls out of Christian films and Christian messages, and Jesus being manifested. They're manifesting the enemy. They're manifesting Satan and his kingdom all over the film industry and all over the TV industry. And,
yeah,
God would like to fight back. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, in inverted commas, a Christian cheesy film, It can be a
right,
film about a person who had an idea to write a book, and his English teacher said to him, "You're such a good writer, you should be a writer." And he goes off and has a family and becomes an accountant and does all that.
right,
And then one day he says, "I think I'm going to write a novel." And he
right,
sits down and gets time away from his family. And you see it causing a bit of a struggle with his family and his wife saying, "Why are you wasting your time?" and stuff. And
right,
he sends it off to 100 publishers, and one of them publishes, and he becomes a popular author, and he starts
Yes.
earning money as a writer. And
mm,
3 or 4 books in, he writes a bestseller, and the whole world gets to know him. And a story of redemption, to know that he plays back the what his English teacher told him, and how the English teacher's word was so integral to his success and his happiness. And like the theme of the message, theme of the film is, make sure you tell people what you think they should be doing.
Yes.
You're just a normal person, but you can have influence in other people's lives. And so make sure that you're telling people what they need to do, what you feel that they need to do with their lives, and you'll have a big influence. So you may not be like a fivefold minister. You may not be a person who's involved in ministry full time, but I feel that God's going to use you really powerfully within
Yeah.
the industry that you're in to make a message. And imagine if you were the director or the film editor or the cinematographer of The Matrix, and what an effect The Matrix had on this
right,
world.
yeah,
Just one film. It just might be one film in 25-year career that really transforms people. And I really believe that you're one of God's hidden agents that's
Yes.
to have an effect.
007. Yes.
yes, yeah, that sounds awesome. Oh yeah,
Now, is that what you do? Are you in the film business?
yeah, I am.
You know what? I see a film called My Friend, My Dad.
Yeah.
Not your earthly dad. It's not your earthly dad. It's your
Yeah.
father.
The heavenly dad. Yeah.
Yes. When you met him, Ricardo, it changed your whole life.
Yeah.
Changed your whole life.
Yes.
And God has put a smile. There's not too many. How can I say? There's not too many young men that smile a lot. I don't know why, but it's true. There's not too many young men that smile a lot. And Ricardo, all the time I've been looking at you and that, you wear a smile. You wear a smile. You smile. So there's got to be something deep down inside you that's bringing this joy out.
Yeah.
And God's telling me to tell you too, don't worry about finances.
Okay.
He's bigger than your bank account. He's way bigger than your bank account.
Okay. Okay.
And when the time comes, it's going to flow.
Okay.
I see you in a river. I actually see you in a river in a canoe. Now, it's real easy to go with the current.
Yeah.
But you actually turned your canoe around and you're trying to paddle against the stream.
Against the stream, yeah.
And what that is that's the world in that. You know, anyone can flow in a canoe. They can sit in a canoe and they don't even have to paddle if they're going with the current. You turn that canoe around and you try to go against the current, and buddy, you're going to have to learn how to paddle real fast. And that's where it's got you. You're actually flowing in what I mean. You're flowing against the current, and it's against the things of the world. It's against you know. You want what's real too.
Yeah.
You're very careful who you listen to. I mean, you listen to everyone that talks to you. I'm not saying that you're arrogant or nothing, but the things that really go down into the depths of your soul in that, you really, it's like someone sets some food in front of you, or like a buffet.
Yeah.
Now, on a buffet, you can eat many things, but you're particular. You're particular. You might not even have no potatoes with your meat. You might just be a steak guy, you know?
Yeah.
I hope you understand what God's trying to say.
Absolutely. I do.
And the thing is he's got that table prepared for you. And you talk about a buffet, buddy. He's saying you come and eat everything you want. There ain't nothing that you desire that isn't on that buffet for you.
Wow. Okay.
I get a sense, Ricardo, that you've held God like at arm's distance a little bit, like not because you didn't trust him, but you wanted more revelation, you wanted more truth. And it's like you're in this place that I sense that you're sort of in this place where you're believing him now. You've gone past having him at arm's distance. You say, okay, well, you know, I'm meant to believe in you, so I'm going to take what people say by faith. I'm going to engage with you, God, and you know, I know it's pretty risky, but I'm going to trust you with my life, and I feel that you haven't put him back at arm's length. You're still in that phase of fully engaging with him, and it's become a little exciting for you. You've seen things happen according to how you've prayed. You've seen things that can't be explained to coincidence. You've seen him to be real, and before you've gone out and start to share with people that God is real and make song and dance, you're sort of approaching it like you're doing a dissertation or you're doing an essay that has to be handed in for university to get your thesis. A thesis. You like doing a thesis on God, and you know yourself, and you know in your heart of hearts that you're going to be a tremendous evangelist, and you're going to be a tremendous broadcaster of how awesome God is. When that thesis is completed, when you've got all the testimonies and all the stories, for you to be able to say to the person, yeah, but I needed a job and I asked God for a job and I got one the next day, and I needed a promotion, and the boss came out to me after I prayed and said, we need you to fill this position. And you're building up a catalog. It's not that you don't want to share, but you mix with real people and smart people, and you do life with real thinkers, and you want to you're thinking more of them than yourself, and you want to build up this real winning argument. And it's like you've got all you've got all different takes of a film, and you're picking the best parts and going through and splicing the film together. But the film hasn't been shot yet. They haven't done all the takes. They haven't done all the scenes. So you can't put the finished picture together yet, but you're working as they shoot the film, and you're getting the best parts of what they have done. And you've got this percentage of the film, and the enemy's saying, you're a loser, you don't believe in God, you're not very good witness, you keep on sinning in these areas, you couldn't prove God if you tried to, we put you in a wet paper bag and you can't punch your way out of it, you're punching below your weight, mate, you got no chance, you're a bit of an idiot, you never proved God to anyone. Stop trying to think you're a Christian. You may as well give up because it's stupidity. And he's saying all that bullshit, and I'll say that word. He's saying all that garbage to you, and you're just saying no. We're silly sometimes. We have an argument with Satan, and we say, no, I'm just building evidence. The film hasn't been shot yet. I'm going to edit the film, and I'm going to show them a clean film, I need to get the stories together. Satan's saying, you got no stories, man. You're just in your head, you just think coincidences, you're crazy, man. Who do you think you are? And I'm just building the film, man. No, I don't. You're right. Yeah, I am right, man. You've been listening to me all your life. You know I'm right. You're just a loser. You know you're a loser. Why don't you go do it? And so you're having this struggle, but you keep on asking God for things, and he keeps on coming through, and you're getting more and more takes. You're getting more and more parts to the film. You're developing this film, and you're editing this film. And I'd say out of a feature film, you've got about 15 minutes so far. And so it's quite all right. I feel God wants you to say it's quite all right to share that 15 minutes with a person from time to time. Hey, I've been building a case on God, and have a look at this. This is some of the things he's done for me. What do you think? And if they get the opinion that you're not trying to convince them, if they get the opinion that you're just sharing your journey, they'll be really impressed well, that's pretty compelling evidence. People only get annoyed when they feel that you've got an agenda to convince them or save them of something.
Yeah.
But if you present good stories and here's my evidence that God is really working in my life, and you're really open about it, and you even say to them, hey, I haven't got any agenda to make you into a Christian, but have a listen to this. And I feel that before you finish the film of your evidence and your thesis on God, I feel from time to time you can share it with people how it's going, and get their feedback, and their feedback on your story, or the different things that they said they'd need for their evidence. That'll give you an idea of what to pray for and what direction to go with God to finish your film. You know, I feel that there's other people that you know in your circle of influence that will have valid and good input into your film, but you're not going to get their input unless you start sharing what you've got so far. So the Lord is saying in a subtle way through me, start to share with people. Don't try and convince them. Don't have an agenda to convince them. But I've got a good story so far, and it's pretty compelling. And those people will go off and think about what you had to share.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So you got any more, Art?
He might be gone.
Did he? Oh, his internet might have cut out. Okay, Ricardo. So we'll record that, and I think it's really ingenious of the Holy Spirit to have me explain all that in your language, in how your film, you know.
Yeah,
and that's
so good.
That's how God speaks. He uses our language. He uses our metaphors. He uses our well, sometimes when I prophesy, I use my own swear words. But he uses all our colloquialisms. He uses things in that message that I didn't even know he was using, and he just wants to encourage you. If you sum up everything that was being said, he's a faithful father. He's a provider, and he's got a future for you. And you're doing really good, and he's really happy with you. And don't believe the lies that you're no good or you're not performing any good.
Okay.
Radio.
It